All right, you guys, and welcome back to our session of Light Realm versus Shadow Realm. I am your two-headed conjure mama, Mama Noyela Nankiri Bryant, and we are going to go ahead and finish up this intro to the Light Realm and Shadow Realm. So now we are going to go ahead and take a voyage down into the Shadow Realm. So when you are dealing with aspects or beings of the Shadow Realm, it's sort of like, I hate to say this, but if you've been in a bad neighborhood or in a very poverty-stricken neighborhood, that's sort of the shadow realm. You are now dealing with aspects of being who are dealing with hopelessness, who are dealing with emptiness, who are dealing with questions, comments, concerns, everyday worries. And when you are dealing with a lot of these energies of these beings, a lot of them will tend to be stuck in certain situations and circumstances. They will be stuck in certain behavioral patterns, and they may not realize that they are in these behavioral patterns. Some beings from the lower realm or from the shadow realm are, like I said, shadow hunters, which are people who literally hunt those of the shadow realm that actually possess any type of energy, power, say so. And they use that source of manipulation for their own personal gain, for their own personal betterment. Sources of that kind of manipulation would be anybody that is into rape or molestation, or even per se doing unjust blood magic or sex rituals, things of that nature. Anybody that is willing to prey on the innocent. Those aspects are of shadow hunters, okay? Anybody that is born from a negative aspect of this dimension, of this realm, that are seen less fortunate, but are very much more hardworking, very much more aggressive, very much more focused and determined. Okay, when you see these shadow beings, a lot of them, some of them may like to be introvert. They don't want to be around people all the time because their attraction to negative energies. Okay, for shadow hunters, these are people that are sort of drawn to chaotic situations and circumstances, and they don't really know why they end up in a lot of the shit that they be ending up in. Okay, and also with these hunters, not only are they out here manipulating your energy for negative sources or negative reasons, but if you are able to destroy any of that energy, you are a very, very dangerous person to a shadow hunter or to somebody that ultimately does a lot of negative energy work. Now, when you are dealing with a shadow healer or a shadow worker, shadow workers are the people that are guardians of the shadows. Whenever you need shelter, you will find a shadow worker. Whenever you may need protection, you may find a shadow worker. Modern day shadow workers would be somebody who would be that old person from the hood, you know. They always knowing it's a shootout. They always knowing there's some shit going on, but you know for a fact, if shit hit the fan, this is the house you go to. You knock 4 times and they finna let you into the basement. She gonna tell you what to do, where to go, because she knows somebody to know somebody. That is a shadow healer. That is a shadow guardian. These are the people that are able to protect you in these times of shadows. These are the people that are also able to transmute that negative energy because they've been through that negative energy and they've broken that connection of that negative energy. These shadow healers are literally able to dig down into the abyss of that negative energy, into that void of nothing, the same way that those in the light realm are able to cosmically evolve into the astronomical field or into the cosmic field, as above, so below, as within, as without. So, in that aspect, you also have to be wary of these shadow healers. You have people that will, oh, you have generational curses, you have this on you, you have that on you. And no, there's actually nothing wrong with you. The only thing that's wrong in your shadow life is the fact that you have an ego, you don't like to talk up for yourself, and the fact that you let people walk all over you. So you have to be very, very careful when you are dealing with people from the light realm and of the shadow realm. That is why it is important to have a balance. It is important to have a duality of both. It is important to have an understanding and an understanding of both the light realm and of the shadow realm. The light realm is seen more of order because there is nothing that cannot be seen. What is done in the dark must come to the light. But in the vice versa and the reverse aspect, as above, so below. What is done in the dark comes to light. So whatever the truth may hold, the truth that lies in the shadows will always come to light. When people find their truth, when people are doing certain things, it's never in the light of day. It's never where somebody is actually watching and keeping an eye on them. It's always done in the source of a shadow or something that is covering. So these are the very deep aspects of coming to these people that are shadow workers, healers, or even light workers. Please, please, please remain in that aspect of there are shadow, there is light. There are shadow workers, just like there are light workers. There are shadow healers, just like there are light healers. And there are shadow hunters, just like there are light hunters. So when you are considering all of these different realms and different aspects, be very careful about some of the people that you have around you. Light vampires are very real. They will smother you with their kindness to the point you just don't want anything else to do with them. Just like vice versa. You also have shadow workers of people that are always trying to impede. Something is on you. Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. When technically there's nothing wrong with you. It's just you really need to get a reality check and check your ego. So when you are dealing with all of these different aspects in spirituality, please make sure that you keep in mind that there are other pieces at play. There are other realms at play. Shadow realm, light realm, shadow hunters, light hunters, shadow workers, and light workers. I hope this gave somebody some clarity. Y'all know my motto. Namaste, you guys, but namaste over here. Holla.